Hey, good morning. All right, so I have a question to answer, and I wanted to do it on video because this is an important topic. All right, so one of my homegirls in Houston, I reached out to her, and we just talking back and forth, and I forgot how intelligent this woman is. And she used to work in banking, so when I remembered that she worked in banking, I wasn't surprised that she is up to date with this topic, right? So there's a Nigerian businessman. His name is His last name is Dangote, if I'm saying that right. And he has several businesses, and they're huge businesses. I believe he is the wealthiest person in Africa, and he plans to take a piece of his company public so that Africans can have a chance to earn wealth. And so, being here on the continent, the diaspora, we keep up with things like that, and it's something that is piquing our interest. So, the answer to the question, yes, I heard about this IPO opportunity from Dangote, and I want to just give some caution. I don't know how people from outside the continent of Africa can invest in this because he's not taking it to stock exchanges outside of the continent, right? So at the same time, I have a feeling there'll be backdoors or people, agents, whatever title you want to give them, that will be the bridge between those outside of the continent and investing on the continent. So be careful with just picking somebody or some company to invest your money if you can't verify their status, their legal status, their security clearance status, whatever is required to be involved with the stock market. If you can't verify that they're legit, don't invest money that way. Now, yesterday, the owner of this place, his name is Ron, and then one of my elders in the village that is about 2 miles from me, his name is Ron, but he goes by Boaz. So Ron and I went over to Boaz's to pick up some stuff, and we talked about this situation with this IPO. Boaz he's an elder, so he's not trying to start businesses, he's trying to invest. So I know what he invests in already, and he acts like a bridge or like an agent for his network of people to invest here on the continent. So because I know him, I can visit him. There's some level of trust. I haven't invested with him. I haven't invested with him. Hopefully that didn't mess up the dang audio. I haven't invested with him, but if there's a problem, I can reach out to him. I can visit with him. Blah blah blah. So if you are outside of Africa, be careful with sending money here on the continent. If you don't know the person, don't trust the person. If you can't verify all that, all right. Now there's another question: am I going to take advantage of this opportunity? I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to do it a certain way. This won't be apples to apples. This will be like apples to oranges. But with a background in real estate investing, I can take certain principles that I use to flip money with the stock market, right? So once upon a time, I already purchased a house in this neighborhood in Spring, Texas, in this particular neighborhood for a short term rental, and it was doing good. Down the street from that house, there was a vacant house, and I found out that the owner was willing to sell it. So we worked out a deal so good that I can afford like a high interest only loan that was temporary because they would give me the money to do everything I needed to do with the house, and there was so much in reserves it would pay the monthly payments for a period of time, and it just gave me a great window of time to not have to put more money, my own money in. So to get this loan, it cost $2,800 out of my pocket. Fine, paid $2,800. Fast forward to where I had to get out of this loan and get a more long-term permanent loan. I was able to refinance the hard out of the hard money loan into the permanent loan and cash out $4,400. So not only did I get my money back, dang, they almost doubled up, 75%. I didn't do the math like that, but I got a good return on that, $2,800. The house was still making money. This second house, both houses were still making money, but this, in context, the second house was still making money. So that's an infinite return. If now to go to this IPO opportunity, there is an amount of money I'm willing to risk to invest into this IPO, knowing that IPOs can just shoot up. I'm willing to wait for it to shoot up, and if I can take the profit out and leave my initial investment in, I'll do that. And I have reasons why I want to do that, and this maybe it's for another video or private conversation. But I know if I can flip money quick, I'll do that. And as my homegirl said, the one that was in banking that is asking these intelligent questions, I'm asking her, like, are you thinking about this? And she answered back, land, gold, silver, tangible things is what is a wise thing to invest in. And I agree with her. And that's why I'm approaching this IPO as a money flipper versus a long term stock holder. I can do both, but if I could flip that money quick and get the profit out, I'll do that. Anyways, I just want to give that answer to that IPO coming up. Just be careful. So be very careful. And I do plan to take advantage of this opportunity, but I have my criteria as well. Yeah.